Okay, welcome back. My name is Klo and I'm the author of Digital Marketing Like a Pro, the ultimate handbook for anyone with a digital pulse. In the previous video, I came up with a definition for KPIs and where precisely in your marketing strategy you should try to align them with your business goals. In this video, I'm going to show you some popular examples of KPIs. My main point here is that your choice of KPIs depends on which phase in the customer journey you focus on. In my book, I use a simplified customer journey model. See, think, buy, use, love. As a marketeer, you can't do everything. You need to focus on see, awareness, or think, the consideration phase, or buy, the hard conversion, or use, your customer's loyalty, or love, where a customer is so happy with what you do that they spontaneously recommend your product or service to everyone they know. Pick your marketing battles. You can't do everything. Just to give you an idea of what your marketing objectives can be and which KPIs matter, let's have a look at potential marketing objectives and KPIs for your social media strategy. In the C phase, your marketing objective would be to create brand awareness by exposing the target audience to branded content with social media native posts and boosted posts. So the KPIs you're looking at would be any indicator that shows that you're top of mind with your target audience on social media, for example, with social media mentions. In the think phase for social media, your marketing objective would be to generate demand for your product by creating engagement of said target audience with social media posts and responses. Your KPIs would be the number or the types of engagement or traffic to your site. For social media in the buy phase, your marketing objective would be to drive conversion by having the target audience click through to brand offers with the social media posts and promotions. Your KPIs would be linked to sales numbers, signups, downloads, and click-through rates. In the use phase for social media, your marketing objective could be to delight your customers by driving engagement with products or services on social media. Your KPIs could refer to customers' sentiments or customer satisfaction. And then finally, in the love phase, your marketing objective related to social media would be to inspire advocacy by incentivizing mentioning your product. So you get more authentic user-generated content and influencer outreach. The KPIs you could be looking at are, for example, referrals, influencer activity, positive word of mouth, or the net promoter score. Another example, when you are using influencer marketing. In the C phase, your marketing objective would be to build trust and expand your reach to the followers of this influencer. The KPIs you're looking at would be social reach or press mentions. In the think phase, your marketing objective is to reach more engaged and better qualified audiences through the partnership with this influencer. Your KPIs would be engagement on social media or traffic to your site. In the buy phase, your marketing objective would be to influence consumer buying decisions positively, and your KPIs would be sales, sign-ups, downloads, click-through rates. Still talking about influencer marketing, in the use phase, your marketing objective would be to influence customer sentiment positively. What you would look at is your search engine results page and how high you rank on this page. Another KPI could be your social media response rates or your response time. And then when it comes to the love phase, working with this influencer, the marketing objective could be to strengthen brand messaging through product endorsements. And the KPIs you're looking at would be the amount of user-generated content that would be created by the influencers. In the slides that accompany this course, I dive deeper into the specific KPIs for every stage and the customer journey, with some cases from Amazon, Nike, Starbucks, and others. You don't have to remember all of those. Consider these slides as something that you can refer to when you need to be specific about your KPIs. I'll just point out two pieces of advice that I try to give you along the way. My first advice is this. There are many KPIs that you can define to measure the success of what you're doing as a marketing professional. But if you would have to pick only one KPI, go for customer lifetime value. The customer lifetime value is the total revenue you can expect to get from each customer. And that is calculated by taking your average order value minus the repeat purchase rate. For example, if your average order value is 50 euros, you divide it by, open brackets, 1 minus the repeat purchase rate, which could be, for example, 1 in 10. So if you then subtract your customer acquisition cost from that and close the bracket, you get a customer lifetime value of, in my case, 40 euros 56 cents. I know it's a lot of math, but you can't just spend marketing budget without having some idea of how much money your marketing efforts eventually bring in. As you know, it makes more sense to try and make a customer loyal so that they make repeat purchases than to always try to get new customers. The second piece of advice is related to the infamous Net Promoter Score. So you probably already encountered a questionnaire asking you, on a scale from 0 to 10, how likely is it that you would recommend this service or this product? Everyone who gives a score between 0 and 6 is considered a detractor. So clearly not a big fan of your product or service, because it is unlikely that they would recommend this to anyone else. Anyone who gives a score of 7 or 8 is considered a passive. I call them the meh part of your customers. They're not particularly enthusiastic or unhappy about your product. They're just passive. And then the ones that mark a score of 9 or 10 on a scale from 0 to 10, how likely it is that they would recommend your service, they are called promoters. Now, the Net Promoter Score is calculated by only looking at the percentage of promoters. So only look at those that gave you the rating of 9 or 10 out of 10. And then minus the percentage of detractors. Hence, the people who gave a score from 0 to 6. The problem with this particular KPI, the Net Promoter Score, is that people are not always honest if you ask them if they would do something. Very often, they'll give you a score that just makes them look good. There is no guarantee that these people would recommend your product or service. My advice to you is not to ask people if they would recommend it. Ask them if they have recommended your product or service in the past 3 months, and then leave an open text field to ask them, why didn't you recommend us in the past 3 months? Or why did you recommend us in the past 3 months? And then maybe follow-up questions like, who did you recommend this to and which words did you use? You can learn a lot more from these responses. Having a high Net Promoter Score in itself is nice, but it's just as nice as having a lot of cash and properties in the game of Monopoly. It can make you feel all warm and fuzzy for a while, but this NPS score doesn't tell you anything about whether you're achieving your marketing objectives, let alone your business goals. So that's about it. I'll continue making these videos for the students of Odyssey. If you have any questions, my email address is below. Thank you very much for watching. And in the meanwhile, take care of yourselves, take care of each other and the ones around you. Bye for now.